So now we are phoning in our dear friend, Denise Garcia. Denise, hey girl.
Hi, everybody.
Hey. Denise, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm here.
Yeah, you looking how you feeling how you looking.
Exactly. How are you guys?
All is well. We are about to get into what is going on in the WNBA. And right now we have the Las Vegas Aces. They have lost 3 straight and are now 5-5 on the season. Is this a cause for concern? Let's phone a friend. Dylan?
Hello.
Hi.
All right. You know what? Okay, I have to say this. I have a lot of faith in the Aces because we're talking about the back-to-back champions, number one. It's still, relatively early right now. There's obviously a lot of stuff that's going on in the league. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in people's lives. That's just real talk. And there's also things like the USA. So I think that right now, and a lot of the players from the Aces, a significant amount, we have Asia, we have, I believe, Kelsey, we have Jackie. Who else? Anybody else? Chelsea. Yeah. So it's like we have all these different players who are on Team USA. So there's a lot of different stuff that's going on within the dynamic of the team, but there's such a strong team. So I do believe that we're at 500 right now. So it's like, as long as we're at 500, we're not under yet. We're not under. So therefore, I'm not concerned quite yet. And I say yet because if it does start taking that, like, oh, we're starting to dip, and because I have not seen that from this team. This is not a team that goes below 500. That's the kind of talent that they have. So right now, I'm like, okay, y'all got this. Just like, how I feel about Dallas. Y'all got this, but even more confident. I actually feel more about, like, a little closer on the Boston side. But I do have confidence in them. So yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Denise,
I don't. It's going downhill.
Pearl. It's going downhill. Why
Pearl is just trying to challenge me right now.
Why do you think it's going downhill?
Look, I just think the team chemistry just is not there this year. It's just not there, and I think once you're at 500, it's a wrap.
Wow.
What's your response to that? What's your response?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna win the whole thing with a 500 record. Good luck.
Well, I mean, Chicago won the whole thing with a 500 record in 2020.
Look, I have
anything
no
is possible.
Denise, I have to ask, what do you think? Is this a cause for concern, or are we kind of jumping the gun here?
I think that there's so much talent right now with different teams. Personally, I like the way that the Sparks are playing. I wouldn't be too concerned yet, but I don't see it go. I think they're going to be stagnant for the rest of the year, if you ask me.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Coming for my city. No, I'm just kidding. You know what? I actually do think those are valid points because, again, also like the changes of the roster, all that different stuff, it does make a difference. It makes an impact. But like, man,
I don't know. I'm not concerned, but I think they have concerning parts to their team. Like, I'm not concerned overall, but I'm concerned at things like their bench isn't scoring. That's something that can be a concern later on. They don't have Chelsea Gray right now because she hasn't played, and she's like the best point guard in the world. However, she recently was upgraded to questionable for tomorrow's matchup. So maybe they're like, we want to make sure we're trying to like grab, maybe we'll, try to ease her back in. But those are the kind of things that concern me. Like, they're not playing well defensively, and Asia is the best defensive player on the team and in the league. Reigning defensive player of the year. So basically, it's like, this is Asia. Asia is playing like the best player of the world. She's the best player in the world right now. So like, Asia, we're removing you. When we remove you from the team, everything else is where I'm like, not concerned like today, but let's fix those things.
But who's undefeated in predictions right now?
Girl, that one prediction.
Pearl's 1-0.
She's not at 1-0. Now she's trying to run the world. Denise, come get her, girl. She's trying to run the world.
Don't hate me because you ain't me, all right?
Pearl's 1-0 right now. Hey, you know what? We got to give it to her. I got the valid
She
point.
got bragging
like
rights
Denise
today.
said, there's tons of other really great teams. So that's the other thing is like we're starting to see so much talent start to like. I feel like let me put it like this: the margin of talent at one point I feel like was really drastic.
Yeah.
Like with the teams, the chemistry, the coaching, the development, all this different stuff. Just put it on the table. So I feel like now, especially because we're starting to have expansion teams come, there's so much talent, there's not enough teams.
Yeah.
There's so much talent, there's not enough roster spots, which is actually crazy. So when you think about it, I think we're starting to see that shift with some of these different political plays and moves. Like the way that the WNBA works is a lot different than guys. Like you don't really have to be under contract to play on a team for real. Okay. You just or like have a guarantee of anything. Like you can go off and go crazy just because it's like there's so much just random talent that might not always have the accolades or whatever, but can really freaking play. And like I said, I think in these other spaces with like Chicago with the Sparks, like she mentioned, you're starting to see different talent start to really rise up. So I'm curious to see how the rest of the teams do and how they develop because that will also tell me, do we have as much concern as Pearl says we should have?
I'm concerned. There's room for concern. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough.